study of the Bible and other religious things, and the Bible talks about how without a vision the people perish, and basically not only do you perish physically, but that talks to the point of without a vision people cast off all restraints. And right now we have to all agree that there's a lot of restraints that are casted off among our people, especially our young people. Everybody's doing whatever comes to make them feel good and just doing it. And my whole thing was, our young brothers, our young sisters, is to have a vision of seeing themselves on WABC on the news desk, doing something, making six figures, doing something down in Wall Street. So when that drug dealer says, yo, come, sling this rock for me or do whatever, hit the streets with me, he's like, nah, I can't get down because I see that I'm good in the stock market game and I'm going to be making 7 or 8 figures. That's going to hold me back. That's vision. That's what I'm talking about. And we can do those things with the internet. We can teach these young men and young women about these different possibilities as far as professional careers. And everybody else is projecting what's going to happen 40 years from now. So why can't somebody who's knowledgeable or that bold, I guess, put something out there for us to strive for? I'm not saying we're going to hit every point, but at the same time, it gives us an opportunity to say, wow, is that possible? And I think one thing that we have to walk away from this conversation with is the importance and the significance of the internet. We talked about, these young men and young women learning how to work that camera. They can do a documentary and do their thing right online, and they have a worldwide market where people can download that video for $2, $5, $10, and they're making $700,000 for 1 year, or maybe $2 million for 1 year. And that even goes to rap music. There's a worldwide market out there for consciousness and conscious rap. And these guys have to begin to understand that I need to know how this internet works, and I don't have to go through a major record label deal. And I can do my own thing by having people download my music for 99 cents or for 50 cents. And I make a couple of appearances and build up my email list, which I hopefully get yours today. So I make sure I stay in touch with people. So we have to understand the power of the internet. And as far as vision, that's what I really sense. I mean, I was bold enough to put it out there. Let's talk about it. Why can't we do this? Because we're going to be spending, right now we spend $1 trillion. It may be $5 trillion, 40 years from now. And everybody's getting excited that, brown and black folks are going to be 50% plus of this country. But what difference does it make if we're doing 0.4% in business revenues? What's you going to get all excited for? So we have to begin to make sure that we change our mindset, change our thinking, and understand that this business component is something we're missing. It's not in another march that's going to do it. It's not in another panel discussion that's going to change it. It's in a hard, working vision, workable plan that's going to be taken year after year after year to work on to bring change to our community. Hey, if I'm going to a class reunion after 25 years and I put on 100 pounds, I can't be working on my weight a week before. It ain't going to happen overnight. That's right. I talk about that in the book, right? It's going to take a process that you have to go through. Now, it can be expedited once people get on board, but I'll say this and then I'll hush up. It's very important for us to have that vision, and it's something that we can shoot for. And all, business guys work on where they see their company 5, 10 years from now. And we have to begin to see these things coming. And if we strive to do it, we can definitely do it. I mean, we can definitely do it. There's so much out there that we can do. And I just want to say this, I'm sorry, then I'll close. We talked about black businesses and how FAMDO is concentrating on the black market. Now that's FAMDO. Just like this gentleman back here made a personal decision, I made a personal decision by being a marketer, knowing that focus, if you never read this book, you have to get it. Jack Trout and Al Reese. It's called Positioning, The Battle for the Mind. It's in the book as well. These books talk about, hey, if I'm going to sell hamburgers, I'm not going to sell pizza. When McDonald's try to sell pizza, they flop. These things like Starbucks, hey, I'm going to sell coffee. When I try to make sandwiches at lunchtime, yeah, it goes good for a little while, but for the most part, people know them as Starbucks and coffee. And the same thing with FAMDO. Hey, that's what I felt was needed, and that's what I felt I was called to do. I can't relate with my background. I mean, I can relate, but at the same time, my passion is to see our young people empowered, our communities empowered. And you can't be everything to everybody. And everybody always tells me, but oh man, your gift set or your gift mix kind of transcends just black folks. And I'm like, yeah, that's because I want to talk to Pepsi about us. And I don't want to go in there being black militant either. I don't think that's necessary. But my passion for our community is evident, I think. You know? And I have to be able to go in there and talk to them like I used to talk to folks down here in Midtown at certain corporations that, quote unquote, are the most valued in the world. I worked in those hallways. I worked in Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer and Hoffman LaRoche, all these big time companies, you know. And my thing was, I'm not trying, like I said, be a racist or segregationist. That's just our focus. And you may have even heard earlier when I said we need to teach our young people and us, whoever's youthful at heart, we have to teach us about serving. I said our community. Remember I said that? Then I said our nation. I didn't say just black folks. And then I said what? The world. Because we're definitely moving into a worldwide economy. And look at Google and those guys. Our people can do that. Our young people can learn that. But we have to begin to encourage them and provide a vision so that these guys have a personal vision. These gals have a personal vision. And when that young man comes along and says, yo, you know, if you love me, you would do this. Nah, that's not love. Love is about giving, not taking. And by the way, I have my eyes set on being a filmmaker or being an accountant. And I'm going to be doing this, that, and the other and going to such and such school. That's the power of vision. It keeps you on point. And it adds a certain boundary as far as things you will do and things you won't do. And that's why I put that vision in there. And I talked about it kind of as a community nationally, and I talked about it individually, I believe, with those young men understanding that, hey, you know, it's cool if you're not going to make it to the NBA, and it's okay if you're not going to be the next Jay-Z. You know, you weren't created to do that. Maybe you were created to own a team, or maybe you were created, as Dr. King said, to be a street sweeper, but be the best street sweeper you could possibly be. So those are the things that I, you know, had to say about vision, and that's where I'm at.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, guys. I really enjoyed it.
If you weren't able to get the book, I encourage everyone here to get the book. You know.